200 naira they collect them.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Now 2,500 they pay.
Good morning. I am Shade Uwe. This is News Brief. President Bola Tinubu has departed Nigeria for Berlin, Germany, to attend the G20 Compact with Africa conference. President Tinubu will be joining other heads of state and governments of CWA member countries, bilateral partners, as well as heads of international organizations to deliberate on the immediate enhancement of economic and business cooperation with a view to outlining concrete measures to boost investments in critical areas such as energy, trade, infrastructure, new technologies, among others. The G20 CWA conference will be taking place alongside the 4th G20 Investment Summit co-hosted by the German government and German business associations. Suspected Boko Haram insurgents have attacked the convoy of Yobe State Governor Mai Mala Buni along Maiduguri Dramatog Road, killing 2 policemen and injuring 2 others. The attack took place on Saturday after the governor attended the 24th convocation of the University of Maiduguri, Borno State. According to reports, the attackers opened fire on the convoy from both sides of the highway, targeting the pilot. A police escort is alleged to have died on the spot, with others suffering major injuries. Governor Buni was absent in the convoy when the incident happened on their way back to Damaturu, the state capital. He was said to have traveled to Abuja for another official function. The Nigerian Defense Headquarters reports that the military has continued to target terrorists, insurgents, and extremist groups, resulting in the elimination of 50 terrorists, 122 arrests, 49 oil theft perpetrators, and 182 kidnapped hostages. The troop also recovered 66 weapons and 11,474 ammunition. They also conducted air interdiction on a terrorist leader's enclave. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State has appealed for calm and plans to reclaim his mandate at the Supreme Court. The appeal court in Abuja upheld the tribunal's ruling that sacked Governor Yusuf and declared Nasiru Yusuf Gawuna of the All Progressives Congress APC winner of the March 18 election. Yusuf has instructed his legal team to challenge the ruling at the Supreme Court.
I want to inform the good people of Kano State, and indeed all well-meaning Nigerians, that based on the consensus of our stakeholders, we have instructed our lawyers to commence the process of appealing this judgment at the Supreme Court of Nigeria. We are optimistic that the Supreme Court will, by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, set aside these miscarriages of justice by the tribunal and the appeal court, and reaffirm our mandate given to us by the good people of Kano State. I therefore want to urge all the good people of Kano State to continue to go about their legitimate businesses unimpeded, as government has taken all necessary measures to ensure the security of lives and properties in the state. I want to assure you that this temporary setback will not deter us from continuing with all our projects and programs targeted at restoring the lost glory of our state. We shall continue to roll out more projects and programs to better the lives of the good people of our.
The All Progressives Congress National Chairman Abdullahi Ganduje has stated that the Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf will still face defeat at the Supreme Court. The appeal court upheld the verdict of the Kano State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, which nullified Yusuf's election. The court declared that APC candidate Nasiru Gawuna was the true winner of the March 18 governorship election in Kano. The three-member panel led by Justice M.A. Adume ruled that Yusuf was not qualified to contest the election. Ganduje, however, vowed that the APC candidate would still win at the Supreme Court.
Commercial activities are almost a standstill in Kano. So the people of Kano are jubilating now. If you ask now, there's jubilation in Kano because people are happy, and people, those who have been, whose properties have been demolished, they went to the court of law, and the court of law has also ruled that they should be paid a compensation of 30 billion naira. And this is just the start. There are so many people that have gone to the court. So we have to thank judiciary for doing what they are supposed to do. We know they will go to the Supreme Court. There's no problem. Democracy has provided that opportunity for them to go to Supreme Court. Also, in the Supreme Court, we fear and we pray to Almighty God to give us success. All that has to be said about the judgment and what have you, our leader has already mentioned it. My main concern now is the expectation of people of Kano State on myself. So my prayer now that inshallah by the time Allah affirms this, the expectation we should be able to match what people expect, or we even do more.
The Court of Appeal in Abuja Division has confirmed the victory of Bala Mohammed as governor of Bauchi State. After the Independent National Electoral Commission declared Mohammed the winner, the All Progressives Congress candidate Sadiq Abubakar challenged the verdict. The three-man panel chaired by P.T. Kwaha affirmed Mohammed's victory. Abubakar, the former chief of staff, appealed the decision, but the appellate court dismissed his appeal and affirmed Mohammed's victory.
Today, we owe great gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the victory given to us because of the clear mandate the people of Bauchi State have given us. The mandate to lead and to be a humble servant that I have been since 2019. Today is also a testimony and affirmation that people should have confidence in the judiciary. And I, as a person, with my colleague, Right Honorable Mohammed Al-Awal Jatau, and the people and government of Bauchi State, we have absolute confidence in the judiciary, which is calling on the opposition to know that and to please try to practice that piety, that belief in God. It is Allah that gives power, and it is Him that takes. It may not be their time, it may be their time next time maybe. They should come and join hands with me so that we can build Bauchi.
Still on politics, Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State has received a certificate of return from the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) for his second term of 4 years. Uzodinma attributed the victory to hard work and strategy. INEC resident electoral commissioner Silva Agu congratulated Uzodinma and Chinyere Ekomaru for their victory in the peaceful election. Uzodinma expressed gratitude to God and the Imo people for making it possible for him to be re-elected for the second term.
INEC has deepened our democracy with assurance that our votes will always count. I therefore commend INEC for a job well done, while also urging the opposition to see beyond their immediate environment and commend INEC for doing a very beautiful job, because tomorrow it may be their turn to win.
The Right Honorable Emeka Ihedioha has dismissed as a lie from the pit of hell a trending article in the social media attributed to him as the writer titled "The Tragedy Called Imo State." The article, now being dismissed as fake by Ihedioha, sought to knock his head against the group the fake writers identified as the Northern Islamic Oligarchy. The article purposefully alleges that thousands of Imo youths have been converted to Islam through government patronage and were sponsored to pilgrimage to Mecca with government funds, among other allegations. Ihedioha, the People's Democratic Party, who was declared the duly elected Imo State governor by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) in the 2019 governorship election, had its tenure cut short by the Supreme Court after only about 8 months in office. The judgment gave victory to the candidate of the All Progressives Congress (APC), Senator Hope Uzodinma. In Ihedioha's response signed by his chief press secretary, Chibuke Onyeuku, he dismissed the write-up as the portrayed imagination of his purveyors. INEC has issued a certificate of return to Bayelsa State Governor Doye Diri, who won the November 11th election, and his Deputy Governor Lawrence Ekudiakwo. The certificates were presented by INEC National Commissioner May Agbamuche Mbu at the INEC State Office in Yanagwa. Diri won the governorship election.
The presentation of certificates of return is a statutory obligation of the Commission, which is in fulfillment of the requirement of Section 72(1) of the Electoral Act 2022, that certificates of return should be issued within 14 days following the declaration of a winner.
It's one historic moment for me, for my Deputy Governor, and for the people of Bayelsa State. I want to appreciate the electorate, the people of Bayelsa State, for standing behind what they believe was a government that has performed and must go into a second.
Meanwhile, former President Goodluck Jonathan has praised Governor Doye Diri's efforts in tackling insecurity, stating that his re-election would make the state safer. Jonathan visited Diri in Yanagwa, Bayelsa, a week after he won a closely contested poll. He emphasized that if Diri had lost, the gains made in curbing insecurity would have been lost.
You win an election and you win the way you have won, free, fair, clear, we have to commend you. And I'm happy that the Bayelsans have seen what you have done and what you are doing, and I've also seen your heart. And they say, it's good you complete your 4 years.
The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has presented certificates of return to Kogi State Governor-elect Ahmed Ododo and his deputy Joel Oyibo, as well as Bayelsa State Governor Doye Diri, who won the November 11th governorship election. Ododo, who won the election, pledged to not disappoint the people who reposed tremendous confidence in him by voting massively for him.
I invite every citizen of our dear state to join hands in building a future that reflect our collective mission to serve our state.
To the glory of God, the good people of Kogi State elected freely, fairly, in an exercise that was so free of rancor. Kogi State citizens have spoken.
The Social Democratic Party, SDP, is challenging the results of the November 2023 Kogi governorship election, citing anomalies in voting centers that should have resulted in a different winner. The party is pleading with the Independent National Electoral Commission to recognize Muritala Ajaka as the legitimately elected governor, while gathering evidence for illegal dispute with the All Progressives Congress, APC. The SDP National Chairman Alhaji Shehu Gabam expressed disappointment at the disregard for the rule of law.
Our prayers are as follows. A. Cancel the polling units affected by overvoting. B. Reverse the observed irregularities. C. Resign on the result declared by the returning officer. D. Declared proper and valid results. E. Resent on erroneous or lawful return of Ahmed Usman Ododo. F. Declare Murtala Yakubu Ajaka as duly elected governor of Kogi State.
Excellence is not a standard but a journey. It is a continuous process of striving for improvement, pushing boundaries and setting new benchmarks. These were the submissions of the chairman, CMS Grammar School Merit Award 2023, Senator Akin Odunsi, in his opening remarks at the event which held at the school premises in Bariga, Lagos. Plus TV News correspondent Love Ikuku Oyedokun tells us more in this report.
Grammarians from within and outside Nigeria are well represented here. The Venerable Adelaja Hall was filled to capacity with the old grammarians accompanied by their families, friends and loved ones as they relished the moment. And quickly, they settled down to the day's business. First was a citation of the chairman of the day, Senator Akin Odunsi. Senator Odunsi commended the commitment of members to excellence, which he said has remained the driving force behind the growth of the school.
As we come together to recognize and celebrate excellence, we acknowledge the toil and remarkable achievements of individuals, sects, chapters, and branches who have demonstrated exceptional performance, ingenuity, and a tireless commitment to preserving the great legacy of our alma mater.
This was followed by an opening remarks by the President, Old Grammarian Society, OGS, Cyril Ogbekene. The president said the concept of the Merit Award was ingrained in the reward system culture of the CMS Grammar School as an institution.
In hindsight, most, if not all, grammarians present here would agree that the concept of the Merit Award we run today is ingrained in the reward system culture of the CMS Grammar School as an institution. And the group can say the fact that the ever-invigorating lyrics of the world's best school song resonates in the enduring culture of our community.
Now, the awards proper. The Outstanding Grammarian Award went to late Venerable Dr. Yinka Omololu. In the Individual Merit Awards category, Adesonya Laide, Madreke Chike, Iyonda Olujide were among those honored.
On behalf of the operators of CMS Grammar School, Bariga, Lagos, we present this award to our distinguished grammarian, Professor and David King, Ogunmekun, 1978-87. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Kalaji Nalo. This honor is well deserved and is long overdue. Congratulations on behalf of the whole Ghanaian society.
Some of the awardees spoke with Plus TV News. With so much nostalgia, they relieved
lawsuits and to let you know that you are not a fool giving to others. So it kind of energizes you, you know, it gives you more energy to do even more, you know. So, and I pray by the grace of God, we have not started, we have only just begun.
With an air of fulfillment, the president of Old Grammarians, Cyril Ogbekene, spoke on the significance of the awards.
What we're celebrating today is excellence, you know, is consistency, is focus and determination to be the very best that you can be. And that is what we are celebrating. We celebrate it for those who have left school. We celebrate it to inspire those who are still in school. There are people from the UK, Europe. There are recipients from OGS America, and in point of fact, OGS America has got a class or this branch set award. So that's as global as it is.
The first documented Old Grammarians Merit Award was held in 2001. Love Ikuku Oyedoku, Plus TV News.
Moving on to news outside Africa. The World Health Organization, WHO, has described Al-Shifa Hospital in Gaza City as a death zone after a visit to the complex. A joint UN team led by the WHO assessed the hospital for 1 hour following its occupation and evacuation by the Israeli military. The team said they saw evidence of shelling and gunfire and also observed a mass grave at the hospital's entrance. Following evacuations orders issued by the Israeli army, 300 critically ill patients remain in Al-Shifa, formerly the largest and most advanced hospital in Gaza. The WHO said it was trying to arrange the urgent evacuation of remaining patients and staff to other facilities in Gaza and repeatedly calls for a ceasefire. And in business, Seplat PLC's Director of New Energy, Effiong Okon, announced plans to build a $250 million gas plant in Sapele Delta State. The announcement was made during the Nigeria Oil and Gas Outlook event, which aimed to attract substantial investments to Africa's largest economy. Nigeria holds the largest natural gas reserves on the continent, and exports have increased significantly in the past 23 years. Effiong stressed the importance of the private sector in driving investments in the oil and gas sector, highlighting the government's support and ensuring a secure environment for sustainable growth. In entertainment, a 23-year-old Taylor Swift fan died on Friday night at the singer's Eras Tour concert in Rio de Janeiro. The cause of death for Ana Clara Benavides Machado has not yet been announced. Before the show, Benavides posted a video of herself on Instagram wearing a Taylor Swift t-shirt and waiting in line to enter the stadium while seeking shade under an umbrella. Thousands of fans like Benavides waited hours in the sun before being allowed inside. In a handwritten note shared on her social media, Taylor Swift said her heart was shattered by the incident. In sports, former national team captains Daniel Amokachi and Joseph Yobo are confident that the Super Eagles will bounce back to winning ways after their poor start in the 2026 World Cup qualifying campaign. The three-time African champions were held to a 1-1 draw at home to Lesotho in their opening fixture at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium last Thursday. Ahead of their matchday 2 encounter against Zimbabwe on Sunday in Kigali, Rwanda, the duo, who won the AFCON title as a player in 1994 and 2013, expressed confidence in the team's talent to secure qualifications for the 2026 edition of the tournament, to be co-hosted by USA, Canada, and Mexico. And that's the news brief. For more stories, please follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram. And do subscribe to our YouTube channel at PlusTvAfrica and PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle. You can also view us from Limex on limex.tv and Glow TV apps anywhere in the world. I am Shade Uwe. Many thanks for watching.
Is it for upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Bookie November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on Plus TV Africa.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.
You're in a queue, for example, and you go to some places or some countries and the queue is the queue. You have to join from the back, right? And that's conducive because, hey, I was here before you, makes sense. But then you find some people that they just don't have the time and everybody is in a hurry and they jump to the front stylishly and feel they will get away with it. Sometimes some people just don't want trouble and they just leave you with your, you know, your actions. But then you will find in some places where people don't like it, they don't condone it, and they will call you out. Excuse me, the queue is at the back. We need to see more of that nowadays.
You've probably experienced a scenario like this.